Hi, everybody. Welcome to MomCave Live. We are back. And for those of you that can see us, who's not watching us a podcast, there's a baby here. Oh, and now you can hear her, too. We have a really great, funny guest this week. We have Chrissy Howe, who's fullmetalmommy.com. Hey, Chrissy.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. Uh-oh, are you going to... Oh, so we're going to have a baby crying problem? Okay. So, let me take care of this, and then we'll get back to... No. This is a very authentic episode. Let's try this. Okay. So.
Shove a bottle in her mouth. Whatever, just make it work.
Was rejecting the press. I put a bottle in, and she's totally into that now.
Can I do that to my 4-year-old to shut him up?
You should try it. You should totally.
It's worth a shot. My 4-year-old wouldn't have shut up, but that's okay. The only thing that would have shut him up was a cartoon.
Yeah, well.
Right. Then that segues into our topics, which is not only tantrums, but mom tantrums, right? Because I find that most adults are able to hold it together and not have tantrums in their daily lives. But once we become parents, I don't know, for me, it just put me over the edge just a little, to where my self-control is not what it should be.
Yeah. Something about caring for small humans who are like, wipe my ass, is like a little demanding and a little stressful. Something about that is going to make you, I think, have a tantrum more often than you might have if you were just like sitting in a nice, quiet office. Something about that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's natural.
Obviously, we try not to. So I thought the first thing we could talk about would be our imagined tantrums. By that I mean, you guys have to tell me if you've had this experience, when something puts you over the edge and you can't actually lose it because you're the mom, because you're the adult, but you have an elaborate fantasy in your head about what you would like to do at that very moment to lose it. And you just go about washing the dishes or whatever while having that fantasy. Do you guys ever do that?
Absolutely.
So I thought we could each tell like one of those fantasies first.
Okay. Yeah. It's like you pretty much nailed it. It's like you're washing the dishes, or in my experience, it's like my kitchen is very separate from the other rooms in my house. I can't see what my kids are doing. They take that every time I'm cooking dinner or cleaning a dish as an opportunity to murder each other, usually with like my throw pillows that I'm very attached to. Like, that is my adult nice thing. Don't you dare wreck it. They are always pulling them off the couch, smothering each other, banging each other in the head. It's like a slumber party in there. They're just laughing, and someone ends up crying. And in my head, I'm like, don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it. And I'm telling myself, like, okay, we're going to go in there, we're going to be like, calm, Mom, you know? We're going to, like, teach them how to respect one another in personal space. By the, like, 4th or 5th time that happens in a 10-minute time span, I'm storming in there, and I'm, like, losing my mind, and, like, the imagined, like, tantrum has just turned into a real tantrum, and there's no self-control. The only time that I have any self-control is if I'm in the car or in public. That's when I can control my tantrum.
Being in public helps. I was thinking recently, I moved from living in New York City in a building with hundreds of people and really thin walls, and now I live in the country on 40 acres where no one can hear me scream.
Or your kids. You're like, nobody can hear you scream.
Yeah, when I lived in the city, I would sometimes think to myself, like, you know, if I lose it, everybody on this floor is going to know. But now I don't have that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous. I want to get rid of my neighbors now. I want the freedom to scream at my kids.
The country, it has its perks.
It does.
I had a fantasized tantrum the other day when it doesn't even matter what happened, right? Because we all have things that happen. But I just kept thinking in my head, like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. But I couldn't say shut up. In fact, I was sometimes thinking shut the F up. But I just kept saying that over and over in my head. And then I thought, wouldn't it be so great if I could just walk out of the house right now?
Yeah.
And just like, leave.
Do you ever just walk out?
Yeah. And I really fantasized about it for a minute, knowing there's no way I could ever do such a thing.
Right.
as I washed the dishes and scrubbed it harder and harder.
I have these fantasies of like freezing everything, like in a sci-fi movie. Like I snap my fingers and like the spilled milk's flying and the two kids are pulling their hair at each other and they've stopped frozen in time. And I have all the time in the world. I make myself a cup of coffee. I go lay down on the couch and everyone's just stuck in suspended animation.
That's like Zach from Saved by the Bell. Remember he could do that?
Yes. And I fantasize about being able to do that at any given moment so that I can have my little inner peace. Because there are times where if that doesn't happen, I'm going to strangle someone. I'm going to strangle someone.
That would be a great superpower to have. I also have a superpower I'd love to have as a mom is like to be able to be temporarily deaf by choice.
Yes.
I like that one.
Just temporarily.
Or a mute button. Like you can mute them. They're
mute button.
Can't hear them.
Yeah, muting the kid would be great. So now let's get really real and let's talk about a time we actually did have a tantrum. Do either of you want to volunteer to go first, or should I?
I have real tantrums every day. I mean, I'll be honest. I have a real tantrum all the time.
Me too.
Every day.
Me too. My 4-year-old recently, like the other day, my 4-year-old goes, "Mommy," I didn't even realize I was yelling. He's like, "Stop yelling! You're yelling at me. I'm not. Go over there."
You're making me.
To that point.
One day I sensed the tantrum coming on, and I wanted to get it together as a mom. So my son was in the living room. I went into the kitchen, closed the kitchen door, and I grabbed the recycling bin, and I threw it as hard as I could, and it shattered.
Shattered it?
Shattered.
Oh. I'm so jealous. I want to Hulk smash so bad sometimes. I'm like,
I Hulk smashed the recycling bin. I think I should be given credit, for not yelling at the kid, and he had no idea what was going on. But when my husband got home later that night, my son's like, "Daddy, do you know what happened to the recycling bin?"
Jen, I've got one like that. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to walk you over to it. Your story made me remember my major tantrum. So my kids, can you see this? Have this little craft table. It's like, cute little painted things, right? Well, do you see the tape on this one leg?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's because I threw it across the room.
Now, lest anyone out there in Cyberland listening to this thinks that they should call Child Protective Services, first of all, you're not a parent if you think that. And secondly, no children were harmed in these incidents, and in fact, they may not have even witnessed them. It was just a way for us to burn off steam.
Exactly.
Right.
Totally. Yeah. Well, I don't have a good segue into this week's giveaway, but let's just make that the segue. Our giveaway on the blog this week is called Phone Soap. And it's this universal charger that you put your cell phone in. It takes any cell phone, and while it's charging it, it sanitizes all the crappy germs off of it with UV light. And here's what it looks like. I'm trying to hold a baby and this at the same time.
You're very good one-handed.
Yeah. Anyway, it's very cool. I'm using it because it's scary to think about what's on that phone.
Yeah. And dirtier than a toilet, I hear.
No.
I think our cell phones are dirtier than a toilet. So you can enter. There's a link below this video or podcast, and it's on our blog, MomCaveTV.com.
I should probably get that product since my children have their grubby fingers all over my phone all the time.
Yeah,
right. Now that I'm back in diaper land, I realize how hard it is to wash your hands thoroughly while holding a baby.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to think about that. So yeah, enter and win the phone soap for yourself.
Yeah, I changed a diaper once in a park, and the mom next to me was like, "Ew, you should use my hand sanitizer," and I'm like, why? She's like, well, you just changed a poopy diaper in front of everyone. And I was like, oh, yeah, totally right. Ha, 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 hand sanitizer. Totally had to pretend like I was grossed out by changing a diaper.
Right.
I don't sanitize
way beyond being grossed out by changing diapers.
Did you throw the hand sanitizer at her?
I should have in retrospect, but
That's a tantrum you should have had.
How did you?
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us, everybody. This is Chrissy from FullMetalMommy.com, and I'm Jen. That's Dina. We're at MomCaveTV.com. You can watch this on YouTube, Daily Motion, or get it as a podcast on iTunes. Thanks, you guys.
thanks.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone. See you soon.
Bye.